Hey everyone, how's it going? Kevin here with Push to Talk. I just got back from taking my dog on a walk, and while we were walking, I started thinking, and my mind was wandering as I'm walking through the beautiful redwoods, as it tends to do. And I started thinking a little bit about like a lot of the videos, or two of the videos that I shot over the past week, over the past couple of days, really, actually. Was the Roman Reigns versus Balor review from the perspective of an AEW fan. And then I shot and recorded a video about who is the modern WWE audience really for. And I was trying really hard in those videos not to be hypercritical of WWE because I don't want to make anyone feel bad for the stuff that they like to watch. I always feel kind of crappy when people like say terrible things about AEW, so I wouldn't want to return that on somebody else. I don't think that's cool. So I hope I didn't come off like that in those videos, first of all, because that's not the intention of this channel. The intention of this channel is to talk about wrestling in a thought-provoking and positive way and not bring anybody down for what they like. Because of that, you might not see me cover a lot of WWE stuff because it's not something that's for me. So it's hard for me to talk about it in a really positive way. That's the only reason I really don't talk about it, like do recaps or reviews on it, or anyway. So that being said, I started thinking a lot about like some of the interactions I see between people on social media. AEW fans versus WWE fans, and it's really weird. It kind of blows me away, like some of the animosity that there is between two groups of fans, and I find that really not shocking, I should say. I don't think I should find it shocking because, like, modern society, today in the year 2021, there's a lot of like divisiveness, obviously, about a lot of things, both politically and even about something like pro wrestling or which console of you play your games on, right? So I shouldn't be surprised, but I can't help but be a little turned off by it and a little like bothered and disturbed in a lot of ways. Now, I grew up watching WCW. My friends, they liked WWF. And, there was obviously that, like, tribalism, herd mentality back in elementary school, even then, between these two groups. But we never not gotten nasty with each other, like I see people doing online. Like, yeah, of course, we were children, right? So I can't compare me as a child to grown people arguing on Twitter. But there was never so much hate, and as I got older in life and I got interested in other things, namely like the type of music that I listen to, I found like tribalism even within that of like subgenres versus subgenres of extreme metal, which is weird. And then, of course, we've seen like Xbox people versus PlayStation people, and they all have their, back and forth and they butt heads, but I don't see like the level of hate and animosity that I do with pro wrestling. It's really, really weird, and I wonder why that is. So I started thinking about that a little bit while I was on my walk, and I think it's because pro wrestling is a medium that you either love, you really, really love, and you are impassioned by, or you absolutely don't care about and dislike and look down upon, right? So that kind of pits pro wrestling fans as a group of people who, like, they get it amongst themselves, but they're getting used to getting so much ridicule from outsiders that they become pretty hostile, right? Just in general. And I think that hostility will kind of turn on each other a lot of the time, right? I think there's that. And I think there's another thing, like, where you have the AEW fans and you have the WWE fans, and they're just going at each other's throats because each group is just so darn impassioned, right? I think that I'm really passionate about pro wrestling in AEW. I know there are WWE people like that too, but like the fandom in pro wrestling is extremely, extremely passionate. Like, we love this stuff, right? I mean, you go to shows and you see grown men like in tears sometimes, and I'm not just talking about that clip we saw when Punk came out. a few weeks ago, but like I myself have been brought to tears during a professional wrestling match. The Cody versus Dustin match at Double or Nothing, the very first Double or Nothing. I was there in the building, and by the end of that match, and the story that they told about brotherhood and paying homage to their past father, that just brought me to tears. And I will tell you, I was not the only grown man in the audience who was blubbering his eyes out, right? So we're really passionate people. So I think it's a combination of between wrestling fans being so impassioned about what they love and also being hostile towards, groups of one another because of all like the kind of, I don't want to say hate, but like negative attention that we get from like normies or people who aren't pro wrestling fans. So we're feeling a little hostile. We're super impassioned. So when we start to argue about things like which promotion we like more, we just like we'll go for the throats, right? And I don't think that's like at all unhealthy. And you have to excuse me, Kenny, despite just getting back from a walk, is losing his mind and is sprinting around the house, so you probably hear that in the background. Apologies. But, I don't know, it's healthy, unhealthy, it's not cool, and we shouldn't hate on each other like this, right? I think, like, it's way better if we step back and rationalize our thoughts a little bit and then come in with more informed arguments, like, I've been trying to do with this channel, but in still a positive way. So the takeaway message here for today's short little video is that, like, let's all just be nicer to each other, please. Like, I think it's dope. I think it's cool that you like WWE. Like, right on, man. Like, all the power to you. It's not for me, but, like, I can definitely see why you like it. And likewise for me, like, for being an AEW fan, just leave me alone and, be nice too. Like, let's not hate on each other. It's stupid and it's not cool. Let's love the things we love and enjoy the things we love, and just all try to get along and try and see things from one another's perspective, and try and think a little bit more critically about, why we do or why we don't like a certain product in pro wrestling. Anyway, I know it was kind of a weird video. I think these videos are going to continue. I think I found a format for my channel that I like, where I just sit down and just talk to the camera about whatever, as well as do more planned out analytical videos with notes, as well as Dynamite and Rampage recaps. So I think that's what we're looking at. So that's a lot of posting for me. But it's fun so far, and I like it. So thanks for sticking with me. If you made it this far into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please follow me on Instagram. My handle is push2talk1, and tomorrow is Wednesday, and you know what that means. So I'll see you all for Dynamite tomorrow.